and then turn the whole thing back on again. Little Addie's taking a bit of a vacation, I'm afraid. Some of you may know that me and Clary are in the process of trying to sell our little abode, and therefore we've had to remove everything that goes under the heading clutter. And little Addie, whilst I would never describe him as clutter, the estate agent was fairly insistent that little soft toys were, so he's over there in a little box somewhere. And instead you just have the excitement of a filing cabinet. If you're lucky, a bit later on you might get a bit of Ginger Cat sitting on there. I did a Doctor Who stream on Thursday night, and I know lots of you were there. And I had a cat sitting there the entire time, washing and preening himself. Thank you, looks like CX Honor, or Connor perhaps, 13. Really do appreciate your follows. I've lowered the sound volume just a little bit of those kind of big bangs, so hopefully I still want to be able to thank you guys, like Nino there and Baby Sam. Thank you very much for following. I really do appreciate it, but obviously hopefully that big bang won't deafen you every time it goes off. He's not in a grave, Jamie. He's not in a grave. The feed might be buffering a little bit because I had to restart it again, but now we're all kind of nicely partnered up. We should get a far nicer what's the phrase? A far nicer flow to your Twitch apps, especially if you're watching on iPad. I was actually talking to one of the guys who works in Twitch the other day, and he was saying that the iPad app is a lot more advanced than the Android one, and they are continuing to work on it. And I have sent your feedback back about the fact that you can't search for things before you can't search for the streams before they begin. Thank you, Jay Foley, and I've sent your feedback about it not always being the most easy or clear stream. So I've sent that feedback back, and they have said they will continue to improve it. Thank you, Morris Axe. But it is Valentine's Day, so you know what? You know what they decided to do? You know what, in their infinite wisdom, they thought we would like to see? This blasted wheel. And as far as I know, I don't know, we've been chatting about this all over Christmas. This blasted wheel is awful. It's horrible. It's terrible. It's disgraceful. It's terrible. It's awful. It makes us sick. It makes us cry. It makes us moan, because all you do is spin it again and again and again and again and not get the thing that you actually want. That said, there is some cool stuff here. There's some really nice decorations on there. You know, the blood fountain and I don't know. I think it's supposed to be like some kind of lips and kind of Valentine's kind of pagoda type thing. I mean, there's some nice little decorations there, but having to spin the wall over and over and over and over again, I'm not so sure. I can see the booze. I can see the booze there for the wheel. Anyway, before we go a little bit further, there's just something I need to do, which is I need to get you guys to start earning your Addy Gold. So here we go. With a big kablam, we are live. The vaults are open, and as you can see in the chat, you are all earning Addy Gold. You earn 1 gold every 5 minutes. I've been working very hard over the last week, well, probably a week and a half now, coding my own bot. A bot is like a kind of automated system in the chat, and it's got more and more and more features. These days, and it's starting to get clever. It's still beta, so it could all still go wrong, but I've integrated a lot more things into it. Now we're going to use the added gold tonight a little bit, because if you remember, last week I showed off one of your towns. We had a little raffle, and I said anyone that wants to enter can kind of chuck their hat in, and I showed off. Oh, it was PG Tips' town, wasn't it? And a lovely little place it was too. And we're going to do the same thing again, but this time we're going to use. I think we'll try using the Addy Gold in it. So you'll all hopefully have earned a little bit of Addy Gold by then, so that you can choose whether you want to indulge or not. In fact, you can just see the Addybot there has announced in the chat a few of the followers that you've seen on the screen. My goal is eventually that the bot will take care of all of the following and stuff like that. So if any of you are amazing coders, do let me know, because you know, it'd be cool to have some people to work with on it. Well, I think we need to do a spin, don't you? Okay, here we go. We're gonna spin. What will we get? What will we get? And thank you, Jake, for the follow. I appreciate it. And we've got ourselves a Wheel of Friendship? Surely they got to be called a wheel of friendship. Oh, so the wheel itself is the wheel of friendship. It's a lovely lamppost. Lovely. Good. Well, isn't that lovely? We've got ourselves a lovely wheel of friendship. I think I've got 2 more spins, I think. So we might as well have another little go at it. See if we can get something good. Now, okay, I'm sure you've spotted this in the update, but the idea is that this time, if you complete the whole wheel, you get a new ride for Krusty Land, which is quite a cool idea, a completion idea. If only it wasn't the bloody wheel. There you go. If you're wanting to do screenshots of me today, bloody wheel, it can be that one. A love bench, for all your loving that you want to do on the benches. Skyfall, TSTO. Thank you very much for your follow, and let's go for our one final spin. Oh, that's a big spin. Lack of sound effects, but okay. And we've got, ooh, we've got the train, the I choose you train. I think I was on, apologies, I can't quite remember which one it is. I think it was Tapped Out Addicts, I think. And they had the breakdown of the percentage for getting each item, and I think the train was one of the lowest. So I think we actually, I think we had a little bit of luck there actually, which is quite cool. Oh, thank you, Tyler, for following the stream there. And yeah, I think we had I think that's one of the harder ones to get. So we may have just been a little bit lucky with our choice then. Now, obviously, because it is Valentine's Day, we're going to be focusing on the Valentine's designs today, particularly Howard's Flowers, and I've got all mine all ready to go there. Thank you for those of you that have visited my town and given me Valentine's Day cards. My ego always appreciates it. But before I get involved in that, I do want to show you a little bit of a few other people's little designs that they've been kind of doing with the kind of the Valentine's Day updates. Look, we're up to almost 91, coming up on 100 in the stream. Welcome. This is the Simpsons Tapped Out. I am the Adipose, and we're looking at the special Valentine's Day update today. I want to show you Becca Lakestown before we get into the Valentine's Day stuff, because the Valentine's Day update is all about kind of like love and flowers and stuff, but some of the characters that we're getting are actually not necessarily so Valentine's related. We've kind of we've got good old Cletus's wife. What's that all shouting at me for? Yeah, we've got I think is it Claudine, her name? Oh dear, I'm having a bit of a mental block here. Claudine? Clandine? Claudistine? I can't remember. Clandidno? I don't know. It's Cletus's wife. And what Becca Lake has done over here, and she actually did this before the tribute came out, but she thought it was absolutely perfect, was she's actually kind of put together a little kind of like, I don't know how best to describe it without being kind of offensive, but it's kind of like a poor town, if you know what I mean, or like a kind of like a, I don't know, poverty village. I'm trying to find ways of saying this. It doesn't sound like you go, you're poor, but it's this kind of idea of putting together the lower side. So I didn't actually see who just came up there as a follower. Thank you very much, and thank you, Sharing Ann 90. I appreciate both of your your follows there, but I think this is such a cool idea, putting all of these kind of, I don't know, kind of scrappier elements of the town together. Thank you, Blue Paw, and putting them all together to make this kind of little kind of poorer side of town. If you have a little look through, as James Daniel hits the follow button, we've got definite farms going on. You know, we've got these pumpkin patches and kind of crops nicely kind of decorated. Of course, the alien invasion goes nicely in there, and then that kind of leads nicely onto to the nuclear shelters. But the nuclear shelters, of course, is actually, in this particular ones, is like a kind of little kind of shanty town idea. You know, they're kind of like metal kind of hovels. And then we've got loads of little kind of flaming barrels to get that idea that they have got kind of central heating and things like that. Kind of reindeer, I don't know, possibly for food. The tile yard works brilliant there. And then kind of just junk, if you know what I mean. Like they've kind of just put in I don't know, you know, the kind of the deck chairs and the seesaw and kind of randomness, but of course it isn't random because obviously the designer has chosen to kind of put them in nicely. But I just think with having that new character of Cletus's wife, it is a good time to revisit. Yes, Nathan, of course we can. It is definitely a good time to kind of revisit Cletus's farm and just have a little look at what you've done with it and see if you can develop it a little bit more. And I think this is a really, really nice design. And of course, in some way, and you've got little things there like a little bar and all sorts of things, and a judge fishing in the background there as well. Just a really, really nice idea. And obviously today's mainly going to be about kind of love and things like that. And I agree, Opinio Henio, I think it did take a huge amount of spaces to put that together. But I still think it's a pretty cool design. So I quite like it. I might steal it. I might use it. Right. Let's go and have a look at some other stuff, shall we? Thank you. I think that was Lefrere something or other. For following the channel. Do much appreciate your support. The channel is growing fast, by the way, which is mainly down to you guys, because the Simpsons community was the one that has definitely started, this channel going. We're approaching 750 followers now, so we have to start doing kind of like a 1,000 countdown at some point. Which would be great. We're going to head off into Baby Lisa's. Because I wanted to show you, kind of have a good look at these Valentine's decorations. And she's had a lovely little design here that basically kind of lays them out in a nice poetic way and kind of shows you what you're going to be getting if you're kind of playing the Valentine's Day stuff. Now, I would strongly suggest, and I'm going to say this probably quite a few times over the stream until you are sick of it, I would strongly recommend that you buy as many of these Valentine's Day decorations as possible, especially the non-donut ones, because I have seen them used so many times in so many people's designs that throughout the year on other buildings that you just want to stock up. You want to stock up as many as possible. Thank you for following Caps247. We appreciate it. We just want to stock up on these things, because you'll find you'll be just use them in other places, like these little archways, for example. They're a Valentine's Day decoration, but you could use that in a church. You could use that in a house. You could use that in a kind of like a hotel garden. You could use it. On the kind of beach if you're going to bring that together, and a park. It's this kind of these, and same with the apple trees as well. I mean, I know they're kind of little heart trees, but you just want to stock up on this stuff. You just want to load up on as much of these as possible, because you will use them, and you don't want to find yourself in kind of like mid-August and kind of being like, oh, if only I had 2 more of those things. So just make yourself broke grabbing them, because there's some really, really nice designs there. And you can see actually with the new buildings as well, whether it's Madame Chow's, and thank you Alex John Thomas, whether it's Madame Chow's or the flower shop or the ice cream shop or the other kind of stuff as well. This isn't a boring update, is it? These aren't kind of dull buildings. I moaned a little bit in the Christmas one about the was it the eggnog bar? It was just kind of this little brown box. And I was like, well, what's the point? Why would I want? Thank you EA for giving me a brown box to put in my town. And it's nice to see you guys there saying you like the heart bushes and stuff like that. Yes, it looks like we're very close to 100 viewers, which I think will be our biggest Simpson stream yet. But, ladies and gentlemen, I have to show you something very, very, very cool. I saw this on tappedout.co.uk earlier today, and it was one of those times where you kind of go, that is a design. I wouldn't have thought of that, I wouldn't have come up with that, but that is something that I am simply going to have to put in my town, without exception, without delay. And you know what, we might even have to make it next week's design. In fact, I like it so much, we may just make this next week's design, because Toxic Shark has put together an airport. Now, you've probably seen in the Valentine's Day update, there's this plane thing. There's this little plane thing that you can basically use. It's a restaurant, I think it is, the Air Buffet or something like that. But it is just a plane. Now, if you put it in certain places and decorate it in certain ways, it'll look like a restaurant. But if you do this, as Toxic Shark has done, you can actually make it look like a plane on a runway. Now, I don't often bring out the whole, 11 out of 10s and all that kind of stuff. I'll leave that to you guys in the chat. But this, this is absolutely awesome. This is absolutely awesome. I mean, look at this. Obviously you got the plane, and then you've got the collider behind it, which makes a brilliant airport terminal. I think he covered up the sign with another sign, which is brilliant because that disguises that as well. But it has that kind of airport terminal look to it. It's kind of tall and white with lots of kind of glass and things like that. We've got various kind of vans around, the ambulances and the transmitters ones, but they all come from other bits, other kind of sets, you know, like TV and stuff, but it works really, really nicely. Here, then you just got pavements, but then the genius idea of putting kind of traffic cones around the edge, and with all of these Channel 6 stuff, it just looks like an airport. I just saw it and I was just like, you know, that doesn't look like you're kind of faking an airport. It is an airport. And what a brilliant use for the snowplow as well. I rather grudgingly was putting my Christmas decorations away earlier today, and the snowplow was one of the ones I put away. But now I've seen that idea, you know, this kind of vehicle kind of clearing the runway or making sure that the planes can land correctly. It's just absolutely fantastic. So I don't know. What do you think? Should we have an airplane design competition next week? I'm not sure. Or certainly maybe I could show off a few of them. But I can see you guys already are getting quite excited, saying it's amazing. It's a nice one. 11 out of 10. Talented shark, and yeah, the Collider was a Halloween building. I think I've got it somewhere in my inventory. I'm not sure. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I can't remember. And but this is brilliant. A Springfield airport. You know, we've talked about things that are missing from Springfield. You know, people have mentioned the monorail. People have mentioned the train. I keep harping on about a zoo. A zoo. I want a zoo. But we haven't really mentioned an airport. And here it is, built out of these existing pieces and one new plane. It is brilliant. It is brilliant. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. In fact, I love it so much, I'm going to treat myself to a Valentine's Day chocolate. Because if we're talking love and romance and flowers and wine, then why not some chocolate too? And I don't even care what M says because I like chocolate. Right. It's 20 past. Now, I would like to feature one of you guys' cities towards the end of the stream. Okay. I did it last week, if you remember. We had a little kind of competition. Oh, do I not have the Collider? Okay, apparently I don't have the Collider. Okay, sorry, the people in the chat are telling me I don't have the Collider. It's from 2012. I think I started in February something. Well, we'll find another building that looks like an airport, or if not, we'll just, you know, I'll write the word airport out of bushes or something like that. Don't spoil my mojo. Anyway, I featured one of you guys last week, and I want to do the same thing this week. But we're going to do it slightly different this week, because we're going to use the Addy Gold. I've been giving out Addy Gold for ages, and I've said we're going to use it for giveaways and prizes, and I am, and eventually I might have a giveaway tonight. Not really sure. Not in the Simpsons stream, but in the bit afterwards. But I think we're going to start using it for things that are kind of in the shows as well. And one of the things we're going to use it for is this thing here. So here's the rules. If you win this raffle, you need to add me on Origin, which means you need to have space on your Origin account to add me, so don't be at your 100 max or quickly delete some people, because last week we had a bit of a delay. You have to be absolutely fine with me going into your town towards the end of the stream and telling you some things I like and some things I don't like. And of course, you've got to be able to do that very, very quickly. Okay, so if you win this, then you need to be willing to add me quickly, and there not to be kind of issues there. Now, this is how we are going to do it. We're going to have a raffle with Addy Gold. Basically, I'm going to open a lottery, and you can buy as many tickets as you want with the Addy Gold that you have. So I know the mods have been asking you not to check your Addy Gold throughout the stream, and I completely agree. Let's not flood it, but for the next minute or so, if you want to check your Addy Gold, that's fine. Just have a little look now. Please don't spam it for forever after that, but you can check your Addy Gold now to see how much you've got. Thank you, Calvini, sorry, for following the stream. So check your Addy Gold, see what you've got, and basically the way this is going to work is you can buy as many tickets as you want up to the amount of Addy Gold you have. So if you've got 10 Addy Gold, you could buy 1 ticket, you could buy 2, you could buy 4, you could buy 5, you could buy 10 if you want. But of course, the more you buy, and thank you, I strangled ducks. Why do you strangle ducks? You can buy as many tickets as you want up to the amount of Addy Gold you have. And then out of all those raffle tickets, I'm going to draw one. The bot is going to do it, so it's going to be random. And and it's going to be, the bot is going to draw it completely randomly, but obviously the more tickets you have, the more chance it will be you. But nothing, of course, is guaranteed. You might buy one ticket and it might be you that come up. But please remember, don't enter it unless you've got space and origin and you can add me quickly and you don't mind everyone else seeing your work, or in fact maybe you want everyone to see your work. So I'm just going to double check the commands I need to type to make sure this is going to go nice and smoothly for us. And basically what the idea is, you'll add me now, and I'll accept a bit later during the stream when I take a little break, and hopefully it'll all work nicely. Okay, now if you need to check your Addy Gold, you should be able to see everyone else in the stream there. You just type !Addy Gold. And I am going to open up the raffle in just 1 second. Now, if you just want to buy one ticket, don't do it yet because I haven't opened the raffle yet. If you just want to buy one ticket, then all you need to do is type !Raffle ticket. Okay. In fact, tell you what, I'll just put that on the screen so just to make sure we're all completely clear on it. If you just want to buy one ticket, then you just type !Raffle ticket, and that's really unhelpfully appeared in white. Let me change that color. How about a bit of blue? Adipose blue. There we go. If you just want one ticket, then you type !Raffle ticket. But if you want more than one raffle ticket, say you've got 50 gold and you want to spend 20 on your raffle tickets, and I'm not going to go in this much detail every week, guys. I'm just doing it because this is kind of the first time we've done it. But I think this will kind of be a regular thing. If you say wanted 20 raffle tickets, then you type !Raffle ticket 20. But of course, you can only do that if you have got 20 Addy Gold. Don't type it more than once, because if you type it more than once, then you'll spend more Addy Gold. So if you type raffle ticket 20 and then you don't get a response straight away, and so you type raffle ticket 20 again, you've actually just spent 40 Addy Gold on it. Okay, so don't just type. Make sure you spell it correctly. !Raffle ticket space and then the number of tickets that you want. Just get it completely correctly and then don't say it again, otherwise it'll go wrong. Okay. Some of you are asking. Kay's asking about resetting the Addy Gold. I changed bots about a week ago. So some of if you had a very low amount of Addy Gold, then yes, it is probably gone. I always said it was in beta. I said it's an experimental thing. It still is in beta. And if I have to recode things, and that means certain things don't work, that's just how it is. But hopefully from now on it'll get more stable. Okay. So I am going to open the raffle. I do like that sound effect, so I've used it again. So there you go. Raffle ticket entries are now open, and you can see the instructions there in the chat. Type !Raffle ticket if you just want one, or !Raffle ticket and then a number if you want to buy raffle tickets. You've got about 2 minutes to buy your tickets. Don't type it more than once, okay? Don't type it more than once, and remember, you need to be able to add me or have me on there already if you want to be a part of this. Okay. Right, while we are doing that, I'm going to have a little sip of my drink, and I shall watch you guys trying to buy tickets. The bot will acknowledge you, but it'll acknowledge you in about 30 seconds. So don't do it. Remember, don't type it more than once, or it'll go wrong. And this is beta, so apologies if it all if it all goes horribly wrong. Then it goes horribly wrong. But hey, it's fun, isn't it? It's fun. Oh, and in fact, there you go. Everyone's just earned 1 Addy Gold, so at least so everyone that's watching has got at least 1. Anyway, right. While you guys are buying that, why don't I show you some other kind of cool stuff? In fact, why don't I do that by popping over to tapped.co.uk, because there's something I wanted to show you by. It was one of Corky's, actually. I thought I had Corky on. I thought I had a. I thought I had Corky on my town, but apparently I didn't. But what I wanted to show off was his harbour. Because do you remember we talked about harbours last week? No, was it a week ago? No, it's probably 2 weeks ago now, actually. Thanks for the follow there, Ben. I appreciate it. If I just take you over to my little desktop, there we are. This is Corky's little harbour. And we talked about having different kind of places for the boats to go and things like that. And he's really taken that idea and kind of run with it. Put the different kind of boats in there. It looks really, really good. He's got the whale in, the most expensive decoration that has ever been in Simpsons Tapped Out. The whale gives you a whopping plus 7% to collecting gold and or money and all that kind of stuff. I think it's just a really, really nice design. He's got the Mary Celeste style boat in there as well, and a bunch of other little decorations. But I do love to see what you guys have. I do love to see what you guys have done with this. So if you've been watching a previous stream and then you if you've been watching a previous stream and you've made a really nice design from the stuff that you've kind of seen and learned from here, then drop us a bell, especially on tapped out at UK, because you might get lucky. I might kind of show you off. Do consider showing me what you've done with the stuff. So let me take us back over to live. There we are. Okay, I'm gonna close the. Veem's just asking there, wait, is there a chance that the more raffle tickets you bid, the more chance you get of winning? Basically, like I said, the system is going to work. You buy as many raffle tickets as you want. So let's say out of all of you guys, we end up selling, I don't know, like 500 tickets, and then I'm going to pick one. I mean, obviously, the more tickets you've bought, the more chance there'll be that your ticket comes up. But of course, it is always luck. So if you bought one, it could be your one that comes up. If you've bought 50, there's more chance that it's yours. But who knows? Okay, I am going to close. The Iced Rooster, yes, I did mention that. I mentioned that when I was going through it, and it was in the demo I had on the screen as well. But yes, it is important that there is a space. It's exclamation mark raffle ticket space, and then the number. Okay, so let's close the draw then. Well, I apologise for it dragging out. Wait and show it. There's always something else you can do with your evening if you'd like. And there we are. The raffle entries are now closed. A couple more will probably come in just for the people that typed it before then, but that is all the raffle tickets that you can buy. So I'm going to take the raffle ticket 20 off the screen there. Thank you to everyone that entered. Shall we have a little look at how many tickets have been bought? I can probably show us that, because this is a bit new for me as well, which I think is quite cool. Obviously, I've been busy with my little coding and stuff. Here we are. Okay, we have sold 172 raffle tickets in the middle of that. 172. Okay, so here we go. Our winner for today, and whose city will be featured at the end of the stream, is, good luck, everybody, Corky! In fact, it was Corky, the one that I just showed off. With the harbour before. Well, fantastic. We're going to get to have a look around the rest of Corky's city as well. So fantastic. Well done, featuring you. So Corky, could you just can you add me on Origin straight away? And could you just in the chat, could you please just remind me what your origin is? I'm going to assume that it is Corky. So if you could just confirm that and add me, and then we'll get on with that. We have now got well over 100 people in the stream, or over 100 in the stream, which is fantastic. So let's get right back to it and start having a look at some designs of the flowers. We're going to head over to a little buddy of mine called Kwik-E-Mart. And I've shown Kwik-E-Mart as a city a few times in the last few weeks. He's a very talented designer. He's very active over on Tapped Out Forum. And deservedly so. You know, he's a good community member and he's a good designer as well. So let's go ahead and have a little look. I hope you guys enjoyed that raffle. Do let me know if something kind of went wrong for you, because obviously it is still in beta. I'm still going to be kind of fiddling with it and tweaking it. So if you've got any feedback on it, drop me a personal message on Twitch and I will read. Now, what Court Copper has done, the reason I wanted to show you Court Coppers is because Court Copper has done a really small Howard's Flowers. But remember what I've been talking about before, you know, sometimes you go all out and you have that big design, you know, the one that takes over the one that takes over the whole world. And then other times you don't have room, so you just have to go for a small little one. And I thought this was such a cute little design that I had to show it off. So this is Court Coppers, and as you can see, his Howard's Flowers is part of his commercial area. You know, we've got a lovely little design here with you know, shops and restaurants and the Maple store and a little park over there and kind of a little restaurants overlooking the kind of lake zone, and just a little run of shops. But he's given Howard's Flowers a little next door garden, which is fantastic. And it's the same size as one of the shop. Thank you, Mr. Chunks, for following there. And you know, it's just given it a little garden next door. Stuck a few of the Valentine decorations in it. Put the hedge there to make it look like it's a garden. It's not just a little random selection of flowers, this one. I think it looks really good, don't you? Just a simple little thing. So, I mean, if you don't have room for the flowers, you know, then just think about it, or a big design. Just think about it in terms of a row of shops. Can you fit another kind of shop space next to your Howard's Flowers? And if you can, do something like this. Those of you that had issues with the raffle, I do want to know about it, but please don't tell me during the stream, because I'm presenting now. So please just send me a private message on taptap.co.uk or over on Twitch, and I will check it out. Okay, but please not now. Yeah, I just think this is a lovely, lovely, simple but effective design, and the way he's done it as well with that archway, it really looks like you can walk into that garden. I think it just looks like you can walk into the shop, you can enjoy those little goods, but you can also walk into the garden, have a little look at their kind of little outdoor areas. So a really, really sweet and top design from Court Copper there. I can see there Mr. Worldwide saying that is very, very lovely. Sharingan90 says, "Wow, it's so sick." Which is nice. I know you guys, thank you Reindeer Girl and whoever else has followed there, I appreciate it. I know you guys are always very complimentary of people's work, so of course if you'd like to start rating Court Copper's particular design today, you're more than welcome to. If you haven't been here before, we tend to give kind of marks out of 10, and obviously if there's a reason why you don't like it, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to give it a high mark, but you know, do let me know what you guys think. But I think if you're looking for a small little Howard's Flowers, this is a great way of doing it. And actually, just looking at, while you guys are giving me some scores, one of the interesting things about Howard's Flowers in Corky, you need to send me one, okay? Because I'm presenting Corky, so you need to send me the request. Yeah, it's just a really nice looking building as well in terms of the kind of colours. I mean, most shops are actually pretty interesting in terms of their look. I mean, the ones that I think are a bit duller, to be honest, are things like this, the Noiseland Arcade, the Sprawl Mart, they're just a bit kind of like grey, blue, don't really kind of go anywhere. But most of them have got kind of a nice kind of colour scheme going on. But in particular, Howard's Flowers does. And as it's Valentine's Day, and as we're being romantic, firstly, I'm going to have another piece of chocolate because it is romantic. But flowers, pink, why not? I was reading on one of the sites, I'm not sure which one it was. It was either Addict or it was Tap Topics. Sorry, I can't remember which, but one of them had the history of Howard's Flowers, and apparently it's been about 3 different episodes. There was one with Howard, and then there was one with Howard's son, and then there was one where Howard's Flowers has become this like big skyscraper type thing, which I thought was really, really funny. So it's cool. It's always worth reading around those sites and kind of looking to see what history they're trying to show you there, which is really, really cool. So the ratings have come through from you guys. Rhino says 100 out of 10, 7.4 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Some of you have started shouting at each other. Brilliant. If you guys could listen to the mods, please, and follow their instructions, so we can all have a nice time together, I'd appreciate it. But it's nice to see you guys enjoying that. I think Clary did buy these chocolates, Rooster, but Clary is away today, so I am on my own, so it's just me and a bar of chocolate and you guys. In fact, which leads me to remind you that I am going to carry on streaming after the Simpsons show tonight. I'm going to take a 10-minute break or so at 10 o'clock, but I'll leave the stream running and I'll just set it on a countdown again, and me and a couple of my mates are going to be playing a game called Speed Runners. and it is really, really good fun. It's a kind of racing game and stuff. But if you want to stick around, if you fancy a bit of a late night tonight, then take a 10-minute break after the Simpsons show, which will finish at 10, which is in about 22 minutes. Take a little break, get a drink of water, and come on back and join me for some multiplayer gaming action. In there. Of course, you'll continue earning Addy Gold if you stick around as well. Now, let's go and head over to another one of my buddies, Sir Duff Dog. Oh no, Linkastio. Lincoln something. Says he misses little Addy. I miss little Addy as well, but he's still alive. He's not dead. In fact, he's getting a little buddy as well. Now, where's my friend Sir Duff Dog? Here he is. Sir Duff Dog is one of the mods over on the TapTap forum. He's been desperately trying to get one of his designs into my stream for a while, and he finally succeeded last week, I think it was. But since then, he showed me his design for this as well, and I like this one a lot. No, my mates aren't suddenly going to appear at the stream. My mates are on online mates. Iced Rooster. Veeam, I don't know. I'll probably be on for another hour or so. I mean, you know, when Clary is away, the Addy will play. So here we go. This is Sir Duff Dog's town, and it's a very nice town, as you can see. Lots of nice little kind of decorations here and there, nicely kind of shaped, nice kind of 3D style. Kind of shopping area here, but this is what I want to show you today. Now, do you remember when we used to talk and all that kind of stuff? Do you remember when we did the Springfield Mall? You know, that new pink one that we got for the Christmas design? We did a oh dear, Fatna Wall is missing vital coursework for this, and it's 100% worth it. Well, thank you for ruining your education for us. What was I going to say? Yes, do you remember when we did the Springfield Mall? The Springfield Mall had two doors. Do you remember? It was one at the front and one at the side. And what we did in that design, in fact, why don't I just show you? Because we can head back over. We can always head back, and it's not a problem. When we did the Springfield Mall, we did a front entrance where you can obviously go into the Springfield Mall. And then at the side, we did a little place with a little kind of outside shopping garden. And we did it in the snow. Do you remember this one? It was in the snow, so it looked a bit different and everything was white. But the idea was we kind of did this fenced off area where you can buy other stuff. And we kind of used the decorations but lined them up to make them look like they're kind of actually kind of there for sale. And I've seen a few people use similar designs since, which is great. Because I think it's a really, really cool idea. And it works really, really well. Now, what Sir Duff Dog has done is he's done a similar idea with the flowers. Kay, sorry to hear you're having problems watching the stream today. If you can give me some feedback afterwards and tell me why, I'll pass it on to the guys in Twitch. Certainly my upload rate is going fine, so it's not from my end, I'm afraid. But of course, if you are having problems watching, remember there's the Photon browser that might give you a better experience. Of course, watching on a PC or a laptop often seems to improve as well. Okay, so here we are. I've lost it. There we go. So, but Sir Duff Dog has basically done the same thing with flowers. It's kind of like an extended version of what we saw over in Cork Hoppers. This idea of having flowers, an outside kind of shop, as well as a kind of an inside shop. And I think it's gorgeous. Don't you? That beautiful white fence goes so... I know it costs donuts, but the beautiful white fence there goes so well with the pink of the Howard's flowers, and then of course you've got the archway there again. You've got hedges. You've got the premium flowers, which I know do cost. Again, they cost donuts, but I think this design's worth it. I mean, I'd spend a few donuts on that. Thank you. Who has cake? I don't have cake, but I do have chocolate. But I think this is an absolutely stunning design, and a good use of designs we've kind of seen before. You know, the pumpkins are in there, the snapdragons are in there, the angel is in there as well. But it just looks really, really nice, and the kind of shop you'd like to visit. And I think that's often my end goal when I kind of do a little Springfield design. I want to make a place that either people kind of go, you know, whoa, I don't want to visit that because it's like deliberately bad. But on this case, it's one of those places you go, oh, I'd like to go to that shop, but I tell you what, I bet it's expensive. I bet you'd be paying like, you know, £50 for a bunch of roses from that one. And in fact, the ratings have started flying in already for this one. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. James Daniel likes it. 10 out of 10. You know, so I think it's a really fabulous design. And if you are looking for a slightly bigger Howard's Flowers design, then I think this is definitely one to emulate. It's really pretty, it's really effective, and actually quite simple to design yourself. Like, this isn't one of those ones where I think you'd have to be like, oh, you know, I'm not a very talented designer, I'm not really sure what to do. I think this one, as long as you've got a decent sized garden, you've got a few donuts to maybe kind of spread on some of the more colourful flowers, I think you could do this one yourself. So I hope you like that. Thank you very much to Duff Dog for that particular design, 'cause it's a winner. The Addy bot every so often will give you some little adverts. It'll tell you about my YouTube channel, it'll tell you about my Twitch channel, it'll let you know about various other things as well. But it's just reminding you there that tonight Addy and the boys will be taking on speedrunners just after 10 o'clock. Now, why don't we go and have a look at the city of one of our lovely moderators, Miniature, because it isn't just about or Miniature M, because it isn't just about flower shops, this particular update. It's also about the Valentine's Day update itself. And so for that, you know, we've seen the whale, we've seen that wonderful kind of little poor town that Rebecca put in earlier, and M earlier, which I've now completely lost, or has she hoovered it up? Oh, here we go. She's taken some of the Valentine's designs and put them together to make a beautiful little heart and a beautiful little kind of island, and she's put a D in the middle, you know, a D, you know, like for Addy, you know, type thing, which is fantastic. You know, so she's shown, you know, a bit of kind of, a bit of kind of romance, not necessarily using the buildings, but just taking a bit of space and kind of going, you know, love and heart and Addy, you know, and stuff like that. It also shows, you know, that the effectiveness of the different types of bushes as well. You know, the little candle at the top is a nice touch. It just looks really nice. So if you've got a seasonal area, I've got an area in my town which was my Christmas town, and I've hoovered it up. I've hoovered it up a bit, and now I've got some space. So why not put together a little I don't know, a bit of a Valentine's area, or you know, a love island. Oh, in fact, speaking of kind of love areas, if that doesn't sound completely dodgy, let me show you another one I came across. This is Mitzi's, and Mitzi has put together Mitzi has put together a little love park, because I'm just watching people get a bit grumpy. Yes, a D for Addy. Yes, a D for Addy. That's what it is. There's a D in Addy. What else would it be for? Yeah, Mitzi's put together a little love park. Have a look at this. I've shown Mitzi's town quite a few times in the streams, because she's just a fabulous designer, absolutely fabulous. But I love this. It's a simple idea again, but sometimes it's not so much if the idea is complicated. It's about how well you can implement that idea. And Mitzi just executes this brilliantly. It's ridiculously cheesy. It's way over the top. It's 100% love and Cupid. But at the same time, if you were out on Valentine's Day and you were holding hands with your love, then you'd go there. You'd go there. It's really cute. Lovely combination of fencing and bushes as well. Sometimes those iron railings can look a little bit harsh, but the way she's combined those bushes with those railings there just works really well. And it's a love park, you know. So we've had Love Island, and we've had Love Park. We've had there's the airplane again. Oh yeah, so there's a nice showing of the other way of decorating the airplane. Obviously we had that airport earlier, which I thought was amazing. Yes, Shadow Red, we can see your messages, and you know, it just shows that there's so many different ways of decorating that kind of plane as well. It works really nicely. But there you go. So if you want a little love park, take a bit of your town, chop it up a little bit, stick some. I mean, it does look a little bit like the waters have gone red, like in that Moses story and things like that, in rivers of blood and things like that. But leaving aside the ridiculously red water, I think it's quite a nice little design. We've got some 9s out of 10s flying across. A few more people talking about the airplane. The airplane is good, isn't it? The airplane is a good one. The up and buffet. Connor's asking how many donuts did she spend on the roses. Oh, the roses premium. I didn't realise that. I didn't think the bushes were. Maybe they are. I haven't actually checked that one. I had assumed that they weren't. Anyway, one last one before we start putting together a bit of a design of our own. If you don't get around to mine, I'm always alright with it. I just think it's good to chat with you guys and kind of hang out. In fact, of course, we need to go and see Corky's as well. So we almost certainly might not get to mine. Actually, let me just check my admes. Corky, I haven't received your request yet, there, mate. I need to have received that before the stream ends. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to add you, chum. Right, let's go to. Where was I going to head to? I've got my little notes here. Oh yes, we got a new one. I spotted this one over on tappedout.co.uk earlier. And it's, in fact, Corky, as you're there, could you give me your origin in the stream again, and I'll type it in to try and get you on there. So I'll keep watching the chat. If you give me your origin again, and I'll make sure I'll try and add you, and we'll try and walk it out. So this is Apinio Henio, I think. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to give it like the Spanish pronunciation or whatever. But I saw Apinio Henio or something like that. Apinio Henio, something like that. And I saw his design earlier on tappedout.co.uk, and it is just the most over-the-top design I think I have ever seen. I'm not necessarily recommending that you do it like this, because this is just ridiculously over the top. But then again, if you're gonna make a shop of flowers on Valentine's Day, then maybe you just need to go ridiculously over the top, and this one does. I'm just gonna sit back for a second, because I need to grab that the origin ID there from Corky and just have a look at the wondrousness, the splendiferousness of this particular design. It is just flower and heart-tastic. We've got love seats, we've got love fountains, we've got love balloons, we've got pink flowers, we've got arches and arches and arches. Longface says, "Oh my God, flowers out of 10." And it's just a fantastic design. Chris, now is not the place to be asking for admes. Thank you very much. There's places on various websites where you can ask for things like that. And as you can see from mine, my friends list is absolutely chocker. So I'll only be adding people that have proved themselves with various designs. But I do appreciate that you would like to be friends, and I appreciate the compliment. And there's so many people in the chats. People gonna go, "Oh wow, haha, wonderful." James Daniel says he'd hate to water all of them. That's true. You're gonna need a lot of watering cans to go to get around with that. MVS says his eyes can't handle it. I mean, it's somewhere between one of those designs that you look at and go, "This is the best design I've ever seen," and look at it and go, "This is the worst design I've ever seen." I mean, it's you've got to get rid of it after Valentine's Day. We'll allow it during Valentine's period. It's fantastic, and then after Valentine's, you've got to strip it right down because it's so over the top. But I love the fact that you guys are having the same reaction that I am. This idea of just being like, "Oh my God." 17 out of 10 says Spellcaster. Connor's doing his best impression of that guy from SpongeBob with the whole "my eyes, bald, my eyes" type stuff. Anyway, it's a great design. It's a great design, and thank you, Apinio Henio, for letting me showing it off. And please give us some more over the top designs in the future, because that's just too much fun. That is just too much fun. So I hope I've given you a load of ideas for Howard's Flowers. I hope you've enjoyed having a little look around at some Valentine's designs. I think the Valentine's promotion is still going next week, so I'm sure we will have a bunch more of those coming along. Let's just see if we can get into our mate little Corky's town, because he's won our raffle, and therefore we need to. There's a bit of added gold for you guys, and therefore we need to reward him. Now I'm just going to quickly reset my my Simpsons tapped out, which will obviously look very professional, because that might help to refresh the whole friends list thing. Unless of course he's managed to put the wrong adipose. Yeah, my origin is Adipose, not Adipose TV. Please don't add. If I haven't asked you to add me, please don't add me, because all you're going to do is end up getting yourself denied or blocked. Right, I'm just loading up the origin on my PC as well, which would obviously help for the whole adding thing. But I'm still not seeing Corky, I'm afraid. Nope. Reality Mercs. Addy Gold is currency you gain just from watching the channel, and you can use it in various giveaways, competitions like we had earlier, and I'm going to be the kind of plan is to kind of have it for other features as well. So, for example, at the moment, when the chat that's appearing on the screen, everyone's kind of writing in white, and I was thinking we could kind of use Addy Gold, and you can like buy a color of your choice for a month or something like that. Or if you look at the mods have got a little symbol by their name, and I was thinking obviously the mods have their own little symbol and theirs is unique, but I was thinking also you could like spend Addy Gold and get your own symbol. There's like biohazard ones, there's radiation symbols, there's skull and crossbones, there's happy smiley faces, there's hearts. So I thought, maybe those kind of things you could buy with the Addy Gold as well. I haven't fully fleshed it out yet, but that's the kind of thing. Right, Corky. In that case, you've set it to the wrong origin. Okay, so you need to send it to moi, and I'm carefully just going to give out your origin to 1 million people. Well, when I say 1 million, what are we on to? We were over 100. I think we're just below now. There you go, sir. I have sent the ad your way. While we're trying to get that, I'll just head back to my town. I won't be able to finish my design here, but I will kind of show you the kind of things I was thinking of. I've got it in place. But do you remember last week we saw there was like a road. I can't remember whose design it was, but we saw a road where they'd managed to make little curves by using flowers to kind of soften the edges. So obviously I'm going to put mine next to my Krusty Burger over here, and I had this kind of medium-sized space, and I thought that would make a really nice area. And what I'm going to try and do is make a big feature out of the path kind of going in. So the idea is you walk past lots of produce as you kind of go. So I'll kind of frame the entranceway in some ways, and I was thinking of having some kind of slightly more kind of spectacular pieces over there. But the main kind of thing I was going to go for, if I can just find myself some cheesy flowers. I may swap these flowers out, but just to give you kind of the general principle. Somewhere there's some itty bitty flowers. I was going to try and curve the path. Okay, so because at the moment what you can see is the path is quite harsh in that it's it's very 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 square, and then we had that wonderful design last week that used the plants to curve it the other way. To curve the edges. I'm not sure this is exactly the right flowers because you can see through these, so I probably need to have one that's a little bit more that kind of closes off the zone a little bit. I hate these XP things. Please, EA, on your next one, can you get rid of these blasted XP? Something like that. I haven't done that very kind of quickly to kind of put it in, but the idea is by kind of using the flowers at the edge, you can kind of simulate this kind of curved area. There we go. That probably does it slightly better. And if we do that on both sides, hello. I was going to say hello, SpongeBob. He's not SpongeBob, Sideshow Bob. If we were to do a similar flower design on both sides, then that would work really really well. So it'll give us a nice kind of little kind of curved path going up to the front door of my shop. So I'm going to surround it with flowers, and I'm going to make it thoroughly romantic. So here we go, last chance. Hopefully we'll get Corky on the chat, and if not Corky, we'll make sure you're added by next week, and I'll show, maybe I'll show 2 off during that, but hopefully I'll be able to grab Corky right now, and we'll be able to have a little look around his town. There he is! There he is. Right, let's go and have a little look at corkies. First of all, thank you to everyone that's turned up tonight, and thank you to everyone that entered the raffle, and thank you for spending your added gold. But let's go and have a little look at our lucky winner, Corky's Town. So, where should we start? Let's start from the middle. Why not? We're here already. Oh, so this is a man that likes his Duff. We've got Duff Stadium, Duff Factories, Duff Buses, all kind of nicely layered together. Might be nice to get some kind of car parking in there as well, or you know, maybe some kind of balloons, or maybe some like kind of traffic cones to kind of direct traffic. But I love the idea of the zone. But I think we need a few little more kind of items in there. And then we've got some nicely kind of laid out restaurants, variations on restaurants there. So be good to get that kind of area working with maybe some kind of few flowers around it, maybe even those archways we were talking about earlier. But definitely kind of a nice kind of work in progress. It looks to me like you've got the kind of town that's kind of nicely laid out. Maybe you have to tell me, Corky, but it looks to me like you've started a bit of a redesign in some of these areas. This looks like it's all nice, really nicely laid out, and you know, kind of waiting for some of the decorations to come in. But that's absolutely fine. In fact, it's a really good idea. I think it was Mel Design that did it. Yeah, or Magnificent. It was either Mel Design or Magnificent, and you guys, I'm sure you guys are aware that those are two of the top designers. And when they did the Krustyland Park, they actually, when they redid it, they deleted literally everything, and they put they laid out every single little ride first. So they just kind of put just the paths and the rides, nothing else, no decorations, and just laid down all of the rides in the right place first of all, and then kind of built up. So I think actually kind of having a town like this where you kind of put objects in the right place with the idea of kind of going back to add other little bobs a little bit later, I think is a really good idea, and should be encouraged by other kind of creators as well. Ooh, this is good. Oh, this is pretty. This is a nice winding little squidport, going nicely from one design to the other here, and again nice kind of topical decorations. You've got the place to eat next to the tattoo parlor, and balloons and stuff. This is really cool. I'd visit this. And a random alien on the end there. But it's nicely themed as well. These aren't just randomly plonked. We've got kind of the shops more down this area, and then we've got kind of the eating zone kind of down there, and then we've got a Statue of Liberty type area there. You know, it's nicely zoned out, and it's big as well. It's stretching all the way down from like the left hand side down to the you know, it's spread out very nice, and I like the way the kind of the different parts of the squidport are kind of popping out and jutting out. It means the design never becomes kind of too uniform, and it has this kind of spontaneity to it, which is really cool as well. Oh yes, and of course here's the harbour we were talking about earlier with the most expensive decoration in the world. That must have been a bit of a hesitation before you plonked down for the whale. Will it respond to me? Oh, it does. There it goes. I'm gonna have to tap that a few times. That's very cool. It's a big decoration, that one. That's all right, Caladria. Hope you've enjoyed it, mate, and I'm glad I've persuaded you to start off the game. That's a lovely little whale. And because you've used the whole area up, you probably can't do this. But for those of you that have slightly smaller squidports, if you are willing to plonk down for the whale, you can kind of have the whale almost kind of going alongside some of the boats as well, which I think would be very cool. And then we've got a bit of an advert for TSTopics.me, excellent website. I've been featured on there a few times, but aside from that, it has some wonderful kind of content as well. A little bit of house farming going on, but nothing wrong with that. We all got to make the money somehow. A nice road network interconnecting all the different bits and bobs. Oh, he's got the plane. So this is definitely a man that has been plonking the odd donut here or there. Oh, this is a good casino. In fact, did I steal these ideas from you, or did you steal these ideas from me? But that idea of putting the little flames in the pots was something we talked about when we did the casino, which was great. So thank you very much, Corky. This is a lovely town that's coming along really well. You're clearly a talented designer, but you still have a long way to go, my friend, before this is complete. But I've no doubt that you'll be Oh, as I tap some fireworks if I can. Fireworks, there we go. I have no doubt this is going to be absolutely stupendous over the next couple of months. Anyway, to the rest of you, thank you so much for coming to The Simpsons. Remember, this live stream is not over. I will be back in 10 minutes, and we will be doing some speed runners. So go and get yourself a drink, recharge your batteries a little bit. Have a little rest, apologise to your loved ones for not being there for a while, and come back in 10 and we will be doing some speedrunners. Hope you've enjoyed yourself here. Thank you very much to everyone who I featured tonight. Thanks to the mods for keeping us all safe and happy, and I will see you in a little bit.